evening everyone, this is Manali Raj. Welcome to the CSE Relay News Bulletin presented by Chanakya IAS Academy, Patna. In this segment, we demonstrate about the daily important highlights from the perspective of our civil services examination. Let us have a brief overview of today's headlines. GDP surges 7.6% in Q2, goes past RBI forecast. Centre agrees to examine demands for Ladakh safeguards. Rupees 2.23 lakh crore to buy Tejas jets and Prachand helicopters. Launch of warfare ships and approval for anti-ship missiles. Loss and damage fund cleared on day 1 of Conference of Party 28 summit. India set to launch its first X-ray polarimeter satellite. 2023 said to be the hottest year ever. Moving into the details of the news. Despite a tangible growth downturn in the farm and services sectors, as well as consumer spending, India's GDP grew at a higher than expected 7.6% in the July to September 2023 quarter, as per the initial estimates from the National Statistics Office. The RBI and the government expect GDP to grow 6.5% this year. Union Home Ministry has agreed to examine the demand of civil society groups in Ladakh to provide constitutional safeguards for the Union Territory. Civil society organizations have been demanding Ladakh's inclusion in the 6th schedule of the Constitution and granting tribal status to the Union Territory. The terms of reference of the committee are to discuss measures to protect the region's unique culture and language, taking into consideration its geographical location and strategic importance, to ensure protection of land and employment for people of Ladakh, to discuss measures for inclusive development and employment generation in the region, to discuss the measures related to the empowerment of the Ladakh Autonomous Hill District Councils of Leh and Kargil, and to examine constitutional safeguards that could be provided to ensure the measures and protection detailed above. Ladakh has erupted in protest several times since it was carved out of Jammu and Kashmir in 2019. In a major move to enhance the combat capabilities of the armed forces significantly, the Union government accorded initial approval to the defence acquisition projects that estimated at Rs 2.23 lakh crore and included the procurement of 97 Tejas light combat aircrafts and 156 Prachand combat helicopters. 98% of the total procurement will be sourced from domestic industries, and that the move will give a substantial boost to the Indian defence industry in achieving the goal of Atmanirbharta. The top body on procurement of military hardware also cleared acquisition and integration of automatic target tracker and a digital basaltic computer for T-90 tanks. Defence Acquisition Council approved proposal to buy medium-range anti-ship missiles for the Navy. The first 3 of series of 8 anti-submarine warfare shallow water crafts being built by the Cochin Shipyard Limited for the Navy were launched on the shipyard premises yesterday. The shipyard inked the contract with the Defence Ministry to build the 8 vessels in 2019. The ships to be named INS Mahe, INS Malwan and INS Mangrol upon commissioning. On the first day of the Conference of Party 28 summit, member countries agreed to make operational a loss and damage fund that is meant to compensate the countries already dealing with the climate change. To be based at the World Bank but managed by an independent secretariat, commitments worth at least $450 million have already been made by the countries. The loss and damage fund was first announced at the conclusion of Conference of Party 27 in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. The World Bank will be the interim host of the fund for a period of 4 years. It is expected to operate in accordance with the principles of UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement. The absence of a defined replenishment cycle raises serious questions about the fund's long-term sustainability. ISRO has announced that India is set to launch its first X-ray polarimeter satellite, aiming to investigate the polarization of intense X-ray sources. According to ISRO, while space-based X-ray astronomy has been established in India, focusing predominantly on imaging, time domain studies, and spectroscopy, the upcoming XPOSat mission marks a major value addition. This research, supplementing traditional time and frequency domain studies, introduces a novel dimension to X-ray astronomy, generating anticipation and excitement within the scientific community. The mission life is expected to be approximately 5 years. The XPOSat will be launched by the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. The United Nations has said that 2023 is said to be the hottest ever recorded, demanding urgent action to rein in global warming and stem the havoc following in its wake. The UN World Meteorological Organization warned that 2023 had shattered a whole host of climate records, with extreme weather leaving a trail of devastation and despair. It's a deafening cacophony of broken records. That was all for today. Stay tuned to our channel for standardizing your civil services preparations. Thank you.